Let's get started. Demo first of platform specific implementation or native implementation for Windows, macOS, iOS, Android and web application in .NET MAUI Blazor Hybrid App. So this is my application got running. So this is my web application and this is for a desktop application and this is Android application. So you can see over here. So once I click that add new hotel for window applications, so we can able to see the different pick options over here. We can pick image from this desktop application, right? And same things if I click over here in the Android application, now see we have option for the pick as well as the click the photo. So these are the native implementation we have developed in this series. And here also just try to log in with the web application. So let me log in with the web application, and once I go to that hotel list and click on that add new hotel, now see these are web application also has a native implementation. So pick this image right from the file from this web application. So let me try one by one. So let me add a new hotel over here, like for example this is a web application, like so let me add a web applications and let me add some things and then choose a file. So now see once I choose a file, so I am able to get all that images from this particular system. So let me choose or pick this one. Once I open, now see once I open this file, so I'm able to see that image over here directly, right? So if I change something, suppose I want to change something from this guy, right? So once you change, now see that's got changed immediately, right? So similar, if what I can do, let me just create it. So once you create it, definitely it will be create a store in our storage, not a storage but yeah in our DB. So this is completely storage on a DB and fetching data from directly from the DB and highlighted over here, right? So same things, let me try for desktop as well. So let me add a desktop, like so this is desktop, and put some over here. And once I pick, now see this is a different implementation for the desktop, because this time we don't have a browser supported things, right? So also we can do one thing, like let me pick a one about the image. So once I pick that image, now see I'm able to see whatever that image quickly at a time over here, right? Similar, if I want to change something, like let me change this guy. So once you change, also it's got reflected, right? Or let me create a new one over here. So once you create it, definitely I will get whatever that. Now see this is new one I just created from here from the desktop. This is for web application from that web application, right? And also if I want to change, if I want to edit, so we can able to edit as well. So that I will do first. Let me complete for add operation for the all that platform, and see now go with this Android applications. So let me add some meaningful name over here, for example Android app, right? And then something, but put some star, like for example 4 star, and then this is 4 upon 5. And then see there is a two option for Android, like Android have a two flexibility or two feature over here. One is that pick that photo, like I can pick that photo from itself the device. So this device has this common photo, so let me pick this guy. So once I pick this guy, that is also fine. If I want to click that photo itself over here, so that also I can capture this photo as well, like suppose for example I click on this photo. So once I click a photo, now see this time I open this simulator, so that's why it is getting over here. But yeah, there's an option to pick that image. So once I click this image, now see image got created, and once I sign in means created. So now see there's whatever image you just clicked over in this mobile device, so that also got it over here. And once I created, it should be added a new image on this database, and you will see that is there, right? So now this is that flexibility provide this .NET MAUI Blazor hybrid application. So different implementation. So how we can proceed, how we can implement those things, though that will be implement in this session. So let's start to implementation. So before I start to implementation, I am especially recommend, if you first time visit my channel, so go to my channel, which is .NET real world example, and here I just pick this last I just continue this last session because I take this sample because I'm continue this series where I can just creating a .NET MAUI Blazor Hybrid App and web app, and we have complete series over there. So I especially recommend please use watch this session first, because last time I just covered a specific platform specific UI. I design it and I show it over here, so that if you learn this guy, so definitely it will be help to understand actually how we can platform specific things we have to implement, right? So this is one. And second things also, I already just created complete complete application, which is over here, this guy. So this guy, so Blazor Hybrid App with this Firebase DB and authentication and authorization, build a complete user and hotel management system. So please watch those two sessions first and then proceed this one. And also I'm just taking some same example which I just covered in last time. So just I download this guy from my GitHub link, and just I store it in my local, and let me open it in our Visual Studio. Now my application got open in Visual Studio, and if I click the Solution Explorer, now I'm able to see this is the three project over here in this Blazor Hybrid App, right? One is the shared library, and this is the web application project, and this is that .NET MAUI application project, right? So now before implementation, what I will do, I will just start run and see what that existing implementation over there, so that I can show you and then I can start implementation. So first I will just run this application in the window machine. So let me run this as a window machine over here. Now my application got running on the desktop application. Let me add user credentials. So what is my credentials? This is my default credentials. Sign in. Once you sign in, go to the hotel list, and we can see over here now whatever that list over here I'm able to see. But once you click that add, now see this is a now common implementations for this all that platforms, right? So that we have to move it to a native implementation. So let me run this application at mobile as well, so that I can show you what we have existing implementations. So let me run it for mobile parallelly. Now my application got deployed on emulator, Android emulator, and asking for my login. So let me add my credentials over there. So sign in. Yeah, once you sign in, go to that hotel list and click on that add button. Now see same approach, like same implementations for both application, right? Because this is I just use the common feature which is actually accepting for the all that platform, but it should be different native implementation. So that's why I'm just creating this session. And previously we have done like whatever that grid list for that appearing in that web and desktop application. But if you look the over here, now see this is a card view look over here, right? So that we have done in last time, but now we have to define the specific native implementation. So let me close this all that over here, and then we start to implementations. So first of all, what I need to do, I have to just create shared shared service over there, so that I can use those thing for based on that platform specific project, right? So I will just create a one service that is a iPhoto manager. So let me just create an iPhoto manager interface over there. Right click on that, go to that class, and choose an interface. Let me add a name, for example iPhoto manager, and just make it to public. And okay, so now I have to decide to signature, so that based on the signature I have to implement those feature for based on that specific platform, right? So let me just create a two feature. One is that take photo, so which will be take a photo from that Android applications or iOS application, and then another one is a pick photo, like they will pick that photo from that particular device, like desktop web application or Android application and all, right? So that's why I just created two signature. And also I just added as a default default one, like also I can just mention as a optional parameter, right? So we can just use as a default, so that where I required like this browser file, so I can pass it. Where which platform I don't require, so I can just ignore it, right? So that's why I just make it to default. Okay, so now just create a implementation and a concrete class over there. So let me create a over here as a class. So same name, like photo manager. I will just create over here like yeah, photo manager, that is fine. And then also I have to make it to this public and then abstract class. Okay, and this make it the abstract and just inherit that iPhoto manager and just implement that interface over there, right? And once you implement that interface, so we don't require to implement the interface over there. We have to just abstract those method. So how we can do that? Just simply I think I can just undo this guy. Okay, and just there is another way we can directly see interface abstractly, right? So that I can just do that, right, like that, this way. So we have to make it that public abstract method for this implementation, concrete implementation over itself, this shared library, and pick this photo, and this is that default one, and this is a take photo, right? And one more thing, actually we have to just create it over here, which will be implement over here. So what I need to do, let me just create a one more protect method, static method, and let me add a task and just a string. Actually I want to convert it to stream to what you can say, stream to as a string, right? Base 64 string. So that's why I just need to this common method, so that where I want to require this method is calling, so I can call it over here. And just input parameter would be for this method, that would be stream, like we have to pass that stream and return back to the as a string, right? Converting the base 3 and then return back to over here. So first I need to just check it, like over there, like if that should not be whatever that is stream, that should not be null, right? This is first check. Now second things, I need to just use a memory stream, so that whatever that memory I can just create it over here, right? And then what I can do, I can just use just memory over there, like using that for whatever the photo stream, I need to just copy, and just whatever the memory stream I can store it, right? And obviously it is a async method, so definitely I make it this method as a asynchronize, right? And then once this done, right, so we have to store that whatever memory stream I have to store as a byte, right? So for that, what I can do, simply this guy, right? So let me add this guy dot to stream to array, and just convert it to byte. And once you create a byte, so let me store as a variable the image byte, right? Let me store as a image byte, and then I have to just convert it to base 64 string, right? So for that I need to just use that convert dot to base 64 bytes, right? And then store as a like source. Let me add as a variable over there, just make it a source, right? And then finally what I can do, like whatever that image source, right? So this image source, let me add it over here, and then I have to just formatting to this guy, like there's a two way, either you can just formatting like this way, or you can use that interpolation. So let me use that formatting, right? And this formatting, whatever that image which is base 64 image, right? So that I have to just define over here, like for example like this way, right? So like see, I'm just starting data images, whatever that data is type of that, I'm just based on this, and then I just converting the base 64 image, right? So that I have just specified base 64, and then comma whatever that value base 64 image string, so that I have to add it over here, right? So that you can use that interpolation as well, like using this guy, but I'll just use this guy. But yeah, you can use that guy, and then pass it to that things. Okay, and then terminate this one, and then finally you can just return that image source. That's it, right? And then if it is if it is not null, so simply you can just return string dot empty, right? So like this way we have to implement like this concrete class, because whatever that stream we have to generate it from that image and all, so we can just convert it to base 64, because this time I need to converting base 64 base 64 conversion, and then storage in our DB. This time we don't require any photo storage and all that I want to skip in this session, right? So that I will show you. So save it, and now our implementation got over here, right? So what I can do now, one more thing actually we have to do that, which I previously done for hotel management, right? And here now see that add and update component, right? So previously, now see, previously what we have achieved, like for that picking the photo, over here I just checking this guy, right? So whatever image, if it is not null, so that I have to show over here like that, that is fine. But for that input image, like pick that image, selected the image, I'm using this guy. But this is actually only work for that, this is that native implementation for that web application, so that we have to move it for that according to that platform. So for that, what I can do, or what need to do over there, so that I can just little slightly different implementation we have to do over there. First, whatever that I just create a that service, right? So that I want to inject it over here. So let me inject it that service, for example here, right? So let me inject it that guy. Okay, so now you injected this photo manager, right? And then this photo manager, what I need to do, I have to just create two method, right? So those two method I can implement in this here, like for example in this common component. So just go to down over here. Okay, so let me here. Okay, so here what I need to do, first of all, this is fine, but we want to change it this guy, right? So for this, let me change it to this guy to on file picker, right? On file picker, you can just use this on file picker, right? That is fine, and we have to keep it those things, that is also fine. But after that, what I need to do, whatever our hotel model, right? In this hub, this is a image URL, and this image URL, what I need to do, I need to call that that photo manager service, right? So let me call this guy, and here photo manager dot whatever that our pick photo, right? So this is my pick photo, and here you can just see whatever things I need to pass. So this is a null level, but yeah, for sometimes actually we have to pass it, like for on web application I need to pass it, so that's why I'm just simply pass it. But yeah, it is asking to await async, because asynchronous method. So what I can do, yeah, just make it asynchronous. And now see, I'm just passing whatever that selected file over here, just pass it over here. And then what I can do, simply I have to add one state change method, which will be change it and reflect it in this property, right? This is that implementation, right, for that file picker. So now previously we have to use this way, and then file upload method and all. So those things actually we will skip, we will comment it, these things we don't require this thing, because previously what we trying to do, whatever that we are getting that a file and a file from that browser, that I'm just converting to string, and then we have to use that file store, Firebase store service, and then upload it over there, right? So this time we don't require this guy, because directly whatever string we have it, we will store in this DB, and then we will fetch it from the DB and show it over here, right? So that's why we don't require this complete logic. Okay, so that we will remove it a little bit later. But yeah, now this is one implementation. Now second implementation, what I need to do over here, this is from that picking file from that device and all, right? So but there is another feature we have to implement, which is pick photo. Just click the take photo, right? So that I need to do that. So that take photo, what I can do, I can just simply, I need to create a method like this way. Let me create a take photo, and this take photo, again it's similar implementation need to do over here, but except this method we have to change this method. So let me just take it over here and change to pick to the take photo, right? There's a take photo method, and we don't require this time any parameter. Okay, so whatever take photo, if I pass it over, call it over here, so whatever that image, they will convert it as a string, so they will return back to over here. And after that, again we have to just change it to state change, so that whatever that property is changing, so that could be reflect immediately, right? So this is done. But one more method I need to require, because see, this is supported for on a web application, right? But this picking implementation does not actually belong to our that guy, what do you call it, is a desktop application or a macOS application, right? Window application. So for that, actually what I will do, similar implementation I will do from that pick photo. I will just create a pick photo that I will create it. But yeah, we can just utilize this method also for this here, because this is a common things, right? So that we can utilize. But as of now, just for show it over here as a for demonstration perspective, I just keep it just another method, which is a pick photo and on file picker, right? But it is if you observe over here, it is a common for all, right? So but yeah, that is fine. So this is that implementation. We have to use it for this common, add, update, reserve component, which is a shared component. But yeah, that implementation, whatever that implementation, that I will do for based on that platform specific, right? That I will do. But yeah, first I'm just covering this guy over here as a design part. Also we have to just change it to design part over here. So for the design part, what I can do, I need to just change a little bit over here as a design part. So like that, previously that add, update, hotel, I think it is working fine or not, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's won't work. But yeah, let me try. If it does not work, so definitely I need to change this guy. But yeah, this is, now we have to change it over here. So what I can do, I just need to create a table over here. So let me just remove this part, or as of now, yeah, till this guy. So we have to just this part. Okay, so let me just remove this part as of now. Okay, or I can just comment it out as well. So let me just comment it out over here. So let me comment it out. So now, yeah, now error has gone. And here, so let me create a table, right? So let me create a table over here and just close this table, right? And in this table, what I will do, I will just create a tr. So let me create a 2tr for that. So first, let me create a tr and close this tr as well, because I will just design that format. So this is a 1tr, and let me create another tr. Okay, so for 1tr, what I will do, there's a td. I'll just create a td. So let me create another td inside this tr, just close it. And this first td, what would be happen, it would be show a button which will take a photo from that Android and other applications. Okay, so let me okay, so this take photo only I will allow for those platform like Android and iOS, because it is just take a photo from that device, right? That will not take it from that window application and that web application. So how we can define it? Okay, this functionality will work for that particular specific platform. So I need to just specify over here like that, which already we have done in the last session. So that I can just define over here like, okay, So if Android or iOS, if it is Android and iOS, so that this functionality will be visible for us, okay, except it won't visible for us. So this is the way we have to done it. And also I'll show you. Actually, I already defined these things over here. Now see, this shared library I already defined, like Android, iOS, macOS and Windows. So that's why it will be supported over here. So this is the one way. Now second things, another TD. So that will be work for another one, right? So let me just create another TD over here. Let me close it to the TD, right? So let me copy this TD, and in this TD what I can do, I need to define another button which will be pick the photo, right? So let me just click over here, edit a button which will be pick photo, which I already implement, right? So this is also pick the photo, but this is based on some condition. It will pick the photo, like for example, this feature only will allow Android, iOS, Windows and Mac list, right? And just add this guy, or just else this part, because after that, like suppose we have this 5 platform, right? Android, iOS, Windows and macOS. After that we have a web application, right? So for that web application, what would be that supported native button? This would be a native button for that other platform, except this platform, right? And then finally I need to close this guy like that, right? So this is also done, and this I guess is a file picker. Yes, this is the file picker. And once it's done, now we have to just create another functionality which will be just clear that photo. Like suppose I want to clear the photo, that also I should have that functionality. Okay, so why it's complaining, I don't know, but yeah, I think okay, so this is fine. And then yeah, so I just create another TD which will be just clear photo. So as of now I have not created this guy, but I will create it just a bit. So what I can do, just scroll down over here, this guy. Okay, so here I will just create a clear photo. Let me just create a clear photo over there, right? So like that, actually I just create a photo. What I will do, whatever that our this assembly, right? So whatever that assembly have a shared folder, and in the shared folder we have this image. So they will just upload it, or they will just once I clear the photo, if I want to clear the photo, so this is default image which will allow to add in this particular total property, right? And for this I need to add a image over here, right? So let me just pick for one image from my desktop, like for example one of that image from here. Let me copy and paste inside this www root. So paste it, where is that paste? Okay, now see, it's just simple. This is the photo, right? This is a default photo which will appearing on this, that over here. And this default also, yeah, we have to show it this default one over there. So that I will do that, not an issue. But yeah, now for that implementation perspective, design perspective, I think it's good, right? Why it's red single, I don't know, but yeah, on file change, on change method, I think file change method also fine. Input file on change, and that else. Okay, might be it's a formatting issue and all, I don't know, but yeah, okay. So one final things we have to do, that this final tr, whatever that image we are uploaded, we have to shown at over here, right? So for that, what I can do, inside this tr, I let me add a image, okay, over here. So this is that image, and also I set that bit over this, and whatever that hotel property, we have to show that image URL, and then we can style accordingly as well, like whatever that call span and all that we can add it. Okay, so like that. Okay, so that is fine. For this is fine. So let me build it and see is there any issue and all till now. So finally build succeed, so there is no error and all, so that is good part. Okay, so now that common shared library part has been done, right? And yeah, one more thing I should also do that, like for example, where is my model? Okay, so this is my model and this is my hotel model, and here I need to just add the default 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 image URL over there, so that by default it's always picking the same, right? So let me go back to that is over here and pick it from this guy and just specify over here. That's it. Okay, save it, and now this is completely done for this shared library. Now move it back to that particular platform. Like for example, first I will just start for web application, so go to that web application, and here what I can do, I have to just create that that particular implementations, that particular native implementations, right? So for that what I can do, I need to just create that photo manager class over here. So let me just create a photo manager class over there, because we have to create an abstract class, right? So now we will implement over here that particular platform, particular project. So for this, first what I need to do, I have to just use that that concrete class, right? So services dot photo manager. So let me add that photo manager, and now see is asking to implementation abstract class. So let me import that. Now see this two method is implemented over here, right? Means that default implementations over there. So now what I can do for that see for that web applications, now this take photo does not anything from here as of now, but yeah, in future if we require to implement something for take photo, how we can take a photo from that browser as well, so that also we can implement. But as of now I will not implement for this guy, but this take photo I will implement for that particular Android or iOS application only, right? So for pick photo, now we have to implement that pick photo. So for pick photo, what I will do, I have to just create one method so that I can call it from here. So let me start one implementations over here. Like for example, I just create a task string method over here, and then upload the file photo, which will take as file browser file over there. And then first we have to just define upload image URL, and then I have to check it, right? Okay, whatever that file we are getting, that should not be a null, right? This is first thing. And then I have to just try just use the try catch, so that if any exception and all while uploading or while converting, so I can get it and just store it over here as a log, right? And then what I will do, simply I have to just use this guy, like file, whatever that file, use that open read string and just allow to what is that maximum allow size, right? Because we beyond this size, definitely it will throw exception and show it that error and all, right? And then once I get it over here, so simply just upload image URL over there. Let me call that get image, right? Because that already we have implemented that one of the method in a shared library, which if you check it over there, go to that our service, go to that image over here. So this guy, right? So this guy I have to call it over here and then pass it to that whatever that is stream, right? So let me pass that stream and also just make it to await, that's it, right? So once I call this method, so whatever the string I passing, so it will returning as a string, base 64 string, and I should be returning from this method, right? And then similar, if any cache exception and all, I can just show it over here as a cache exception, and I can log it as well. And then finally we can return this method, whatever, yeah, after if condition I can return back to that upload image URL. right? So this is implementation done. Now let me call this method to our here this guy, for example, pick photo async method. So return and await, and then call to that method and pass it to as a file. That's it, right? And once I call this method, this call, it will firing this method and it will returning and get that base64 string, and that will be returning back to that particular platform specific, right? So this is the way actually we can implement our own implementations that platform. So this I implement for web application, right? And how we can just we have to resolve the dependency as well, because I am using that I photo manager, right? And this is that implementation. So for this, what you need to do, you have to go to that program.cs file for this that web application, and scroll down before, and over here actually we have to register those service, like for example this add singleton, and then I photo manager, right? So this is I photo manager, and what would be the concrete class, right? So this is that your concrete implementation class. So this you have to add it like photo manager, so it is coming from web services. So let me call it this guy, and then registered, and it is asking for, because this is a common name, so you can, there's ambiguity, right? So you can just use it which one. So I am need to call, this is the important part actually. See, the two I just made it a same name, two implementation. So you have to use only your own implementation. So this is my implementation, so web service photo manager, right? So that I need to specify over here. So this is the important part. Once you're done, now build it. Now it looks good, right? So if it is build success, so what I will do, I will just remove that unnecessary method, so that there is no confusion, right? So go to again that shared library, this shared library, and see this method we don't record as of now, because I already implement this method. And so that is fine, and already I just commented this method, and also I can just remove this unnecessary code and all, right? So let me just remove this one also and just build it. There is some error, right? So on file picker, this is not a right name. What? Now make it common, right? And save it, and might be sometime it's not reflecting, so just close this component and just open it again and see. Yeah, now see, there's no red error and all, right? So that is done. Now let me build it and see. Yeah, so once build it, now see I'm getting some other error, which I just remove with the upload file, right? So because that is a dependency on existing functionality, so let me just double click on that upload file, and in this upload file, now see I'm using this guy from here itself, right? So but we don't require as of now with this guy, because we already implement that guy. So I can remove it, and also I can remove it, this guy, and build it again. Okay, now I'm getting error for that Android, I guess. Now see, this is some error related to mono Xamarin Android task, right? So might be once I just try to build it, so that is complaining. So what I can do, I suppose I will just run this application first, but let me try to clean it, because it should not be happen. And also let me close this application and run it, open it again. Might be some time whatever changes I have done, so that is not reflecting immediately. So also let me close everything from here. Let me close all the tab, and now let me rebuild this guy. Okay, now see, this time after closing application and reopen it again, now it looks good, right? So let me try to run this web application first and see it's how is actually behaving after changing that native things. Okay, so yeah, my application got running perfectly, that is no issue. And let me try to log in with my credentials and sign in. So once I sign in, go to that hotel list. Yeah, that loading is perfectly fine. So let me add a new hotel. Now see, yeah, only just a little design issue, but yeah, that's fine. And also I'm appearing this default one. Also once I click clear, so once I cleared, so it is going okay. So okay, so there is some issue I guess on the clear method. So yeah, that's fine. But yeah, once I choose this file, if I choose any image for this guy and just add a new hotel, right? And then if I put some over here and just create it, so once I create it, should be created a new image or new hotel. Okay, also yeah, there's a two where is my one? Yeah, add new hotel. Actually this one I just created. Yeah, so once I add it over here, once I click the edit, now see same image I am just appearing over here. So once I just change it to this guy to or this guy, right? Once I change it, now see it is immediately changing, and once I update, it should be update as well. Yeah, now see image got updated over here for this particular hotel. So that means for web application it's working fine, but yeah, there's some little issue for this clear part, but that I will handle once I implement completely. So yeah, so for that is fine. So let me stop it and just start the implementation for that Android and window application. So now go to that Maui project, and here again I have to just create another implementation or on implementation class over here, which is called something that photo manager itself, right? So let me create that name, for example that photo manager, right? So let me add that name over here, call it that photo manager, and same things we have to done over here, like make it public class, right? And also inherit that abstract class, like for example shared, like from that shared library, right? So let me use the shared library, and then it is coming from services dot photo manager, right? So this is done, and then also we have to implement that abstract class. Okay, so now this time I have to implement over here. So first of all I will implement that pic photo, right? So in this pic photo, I will use over here as a media picker, right? So for media picker, if you new for the media picker, so please watch my earlier session where I actually just created one how we can pick our photo from that media picker. So that I have to need we have to implement over here. So let me remove that, and also that call it as media picker. So this is that, see, it is coming from that mayu.media picker, right? And media picker, yeah, this guy. And this media picker has a default method, and this method also, see, there's a pick photo and a capture photo. There is a many method over there, so I will choose here pick photo async method, right? And just store it over here, and that things I need to store over here as a file result nullable system, and used as a photo, right? So let me use as a photo. That's it. So once you're done, now what I can do, okay, I also need use that async of it. So now I'm storing as a photo, right? So once you get the photo, actually I need to implement such kind of things so that both that Android and window applications both can support it, right? So for that, what I will do, whatever that file result I am getting, so that I need to convert it and convert it to a base 460 string, right? So for that, let me create another method which is task, and string, and then we use as a set photo, right? And then pass it to that file result over there, file result as a photo. And in here, what I can do, first I will just check the photo should not be null, right? And it should not be null. Then I'm just using stream reader, so use this guy, right? So using stream reader, and also I'm just using that await and make it a synchronized method. And in here what I will do, in here actually there's two mechanism I need to add it over here. Like if I Android and iOS, so definitely I required for example, let me show it over here. So like see, if it is Android, right? So this is Android, or we can say iOS, right? So if it is Android and iOS device, that should be a different approach. So that I will do over here, right? And if it is Android and iOS, so that should be a different approach, else whatever else, right? So see, this is that else. If else, I will use another approach, right? So like for example, desktop or window desktop or macOS, right? So that part I will do a different approach. So that need to end if, right? So now this is that mechanism also, not only just in a component level, but yeah, we can do similar differentiate on that code behind as well, right? So what I can do for that else part, so else part I need to again just call that method which I already calling, right? So get image, I think it should not be highlighted over here, but yeah, whatever that we have that we have injected this guy, right? Photo manager. So in this photo manager I have this method, so this get string, so that I need to call it to over here, like for example this guy, and then we have to pass whatever that source stream, you have to pass it over there, and that's it. And also we have to make it to this guy async await, or make it to await over there, right? Yeah, like that. And also we can just simply return. So like this way we can, but for Android and iOS what I can do, actually we have to do one more thing. Like suppose for Android and all, we have to picking some heavy image and all, right? So we can just downgrade some image and all, so that's why I need to just create another method. For example, if I just close this method, and after that I just need to create another method. Just see, downsize image, whatever that is stream, I just actually picking for that image, and then I have to downsize for 250, right? And then return back to over here as a whatever that is stream, that I need to do over here. And that I can just define over there like this way. So let me add this, like again I am using this down image and using that new stream and passing, calling the same method and returning back to over here like that. So this is that way. And just finally again we have to just return to string.empty if something is wrong and all, right? That we have to returning back. And then this set method, set image, I have to call it to over here and pass it to that image over there. That's it, right? And we can just return back to return over here, return sync await, right? So that's it. So this is that implementation of that pick image for that Android, iOS or Mac OS or Windows, right? And then there's another implementation we have to do that for take photo. So this take photo is very simple actually, we don't need to anything. So first what I can do, let me check a condition. If that media, whatever that media, so this media dot default dot is captured, so if it is captured, so then I can use the try catch block, because we can get an error on all while proceeding something. So again that use same things from here, but we have to change this to capture image, capture photo async, and also you can use async await, right? So once I get, now see I'm getting that photo, and once I get the photo I need to call same set method over here. And once I get that same set photo, so it will taking this photo result and returning back again as a string, base64 string and return back. And also we can get a exception, something, file found exception and all, right? So that I can use it over here, like for example catch file exception over there, might be definitely file not exception, I can get it over here, right? So those things we can get it, so that we can just simply edit over here, edit over here, like this way, right? So that debug mode, why it's not working? Yeah, debug. So like this way we can implement our take image, but yeah, finally we have to return something after this, return to string.empty. Okay, now finally implementation done for the base on that platform, right? And one last thing we have to do, that once your implementation done, we have to just register again in that particular project, right? So go to down, and after, yeah, before closing again, just builder dot services dot add singleton. I use add singleton over there, singleton, and I can use the iPhoto manager, and then again photo manager, right? But this photo manager should come from that itself, this project, right? So like for example, not shared library, it should become that particular is this guy, right? So let me add this guy, and that's it. So now I also implement that particular implementation done from that particular place, right? So let me build it. So finally I can able to see build succeed, that means there is a no error and all, so that's are fine. So what I can do, I can run this application for that Maui project. First I will run this guy to window applications. Let me run in a debug mode. Yeah, my application got running, and if I go to that hotel list, now it's loading perfectly. Okay, let me delete these unnecessary things. Okay, finally that delete, and once I click add, now see, this time I can able to see the default implementation. Even once I choose pick any file, so let me choose any file, or okay, this guy, suppose I picking this guy. So now see, there is a some error, I guess, not error, but yeah, see, it is got added automatically, but that should not be happen. That means that that event, something, that event is not working properly, so that we have to investigation. So what is the issue? So let me close this, and go to that particular section, like for example shared library, and if I go to this guy, so something, I guess, an issue, because yeah, that could be an issue, because I'm using this submit button, right? This is submit button, and also there's a some button also, this guy also pick button also is a button, right? So that means it is what happened, I'm using this add update on validation submission button, right? That is actually just misbehaving, right? So what I can do in this case, I can just separate this guy, because we don't required this on validation method button, but yeah, that I can call it directly in a method in our over here, right? That let me just little or either we can do, like, instead of this button I can use something else, like some other design and all, that we can do for that other button. But yeah, that should not be fine, good approach. So that's why what I will do, I just simply change it to this in a button, that particular calling function. So on click, I just simply using over here, like similar, I can just use it this guy, on click method over here, on click, and just call it to that method. That's it. And okay, now cool, and I can just simply remove this guy. That is also fine. And yeah, I think that looks good for me. and let me build it. Okay, now build succeed, and let me run again for Windows machine. Yeah, it's running. Go to that list, click on that add hotel, and now if I just pick this one again and just pick any of that image, for example this guy, now see, this time is perfectly working, right? And let me add something, desktop new, right? And then put some rating. And if I choose some other image as well, like for example this guy, now see, it's got changes. And also let me put some unique image. Yeah, this is that image, unique image. And once I create it, it should be create. Yeah, it's created and it's loading the data from that database. And check that desktop. Yeah, I think this should be, yeah, now see, desktop new, I just created new, right? So yeah, like this way it is also desktop also should, it is working perfectly. And now checking for that that guy window Android applications, right? So before that, what I will do, there's a it is going to the second page, right? So also you can just use this guy. So if you change this guy, now see 10 item over here, that is fine. What I will do, I'll just need to delete unnecessary one. Okay, so I think there's a some error. Okay, yeah, so there is a some error because I guess I am using that old token, so that's why it's getting error. So let me click no and log out and logged in, and just logged in again the fresh token, because it is taking that old token as well, right? So that's why might be it's some issue. So yeah, go to this guy and let me try to delete. Now it's got deleted. Same things I will do for this guy. Yeah, that's also got deleted. And yeah, let me run this guy for Android as well. So let me stop this and choose that Android applications from here. This is my Android emulator, so let me run it, this guy. Now finally got deployed on my Android emulator, and also it is actually running with the old token. So let me log out and log in again. Once you logged in, now go back to the hotel list. Now it's populating all that list as well over here. So now let me try to that native functionality is working for Android application or not. So click on the add new. Now see, I'm able to see this, you know, default one. And also if I, there's a two button, right? One is that pick, one is that photo. So first I will use the pick one. Once I click that pick, it should be show that particular download on particular location where I can pick that image. So now I'm picking that image, and if I just choose that photo, you see, once I click the photo, it is not working, right? So might be some issue because there is a one issue of this media picker. Not an issue, but yeah, definitely you have to require some permission for that cameras and all. So for that camera, what I can do, I can just add, you know, some settings over there. So how we can add it? So let me stop this because I know this is one issue. So how we can that add that camera? So you have to go to that particular, you know, MAUI application, and you are able to see that particular platforms as well over here, right? So if you allow, now I'm working for Android, so I have to go to that Android, and there is a one manifest file, right? In this manifest file, what I can do first I can just double click on that and just scroll down. Now see, this is that required permission. So based on that permission, actually it is working that photo picking feature. So you have to choose, you have to select that camera, so you have to use this camera, right? This is one thing. Another things also, we have to add some additionally permission, but yeah, that I will do. But yeah, just adding this guy and save it. This is one setting you have to do, that make sure you have to allow this camera check over there. This is one. And second things you have to do, let me open this as a folder, and we have to add additionally settings over there. So go to that particular platform, go to that Android, and this is that manifest file, right? So let me right click on that, open within a like anywhere, like you can just open in a Visual Studio, or you can just open in a other VS Code as well. So let me open in the VS Code this file. Now see, whatever that I just added a new camera, that is fine, but additionally one more setting we have to allow over here. So what was that setting? So let me just grab that setting for you. So we have to add, this is manifest, right? So before manifest I have to add some queries. So this is that query, let me add it. Okay, so now see, this query you have to add like queries, intent, and then action, Android name, and action image capture. So this setting you have to allow, these two things you have to just add it, like user permission as well as this query. So once you save it, close it and close it and go back to your application. Now let me rebuild it. Okay, now rebuild succeed. So let me run again to that Android applications. Now finally it's deploying and running my application. Go to that outer list, click that add button, and now let me pick again any photo, and it is there. Once I pick this guy, now see, this time it is asking to while using this app or only this time. So you can just choose whatever. So I'll using while using this app. So once I using, now see, I'm getting this image, means photo, and once I click, now see, photo is captured and checked it, and now it is appearing over there, right? And let me add some name, for example, and Android, or okay, so before one thing, just adding this Android, let me just clear this photo. So let me, once I clear, now see, once I clear photo, it's got cleared. So again let me choose another photo. So once you click that photo is available, captured, and click that, it will available over here. And then also you can just add that validation part, like for example mobile capture photo, right? And then describe something 1 2 3 5 out 5, and then we can just create this photo. And yeah, this is that new one we just recently created, right? So it is in the top. So this way actually we can work, we can just implement, right? And this video can take a little bit lengthy, just because see, there's a couple of issues, right, to implement on native platform. So that's why it will take us some time, but yeah, for learning perspective it is very good and stuff over there. So you can just not only this guy, right? So I'm just taking as a photo example over there. So let me now run this application together for that all other application, like for example let me run this as a window also without debugging mode, and also let me run for that web application. So yeah, ideally that example over here, like I just using a photo mechanism, so different mechanism, but whatever that kind of native implementations in this all that platform, so that we can do it like this way. So also let me run this guy for the web applications, and this is running. Yeah, so click on the total list, and yeah, once I click that add, now see, previously if I choose this guy, and once I clear this guy, so that time it's reloading, right? So that's why, because that submit button as an all, right? But now this is perfectly working fine for that all that platform. For example this is web application, and this is window application. If I add this guy, pick the photo, for example this guy, now see, instantly over here, click here, close, clear over there. And same things, if I check it over here, also it's perfectly working fine for pick photo and photo capture the photo, right? Now see, I'm just pick the photo, I can easily see over the photo, and if I just clear, it can be clear, right? So now see, this all that platform is working fine as a native implementation. So thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.